the first card you have for your past is the Magician. So yeah, I'm seeing you being really good with your words at this time, really articulate, really sharp, really witty, really clever with your words, and just really being able to get your point across really easily with people. And I think you're able to also make people to feel things with your words as well, if that makes sense. You're able to let people feel emotions with your words. You're very good at making people really feel what you meant, if that makes sense. I'm actually seeing a situation where you might have been able to find out some information that you needed or something like that by kind of knowing exactly what to say at the right time with someone. But also, I think, probably even more importantly, you knew how to be quiet at the right time with this particular person as well. I think I'm just seeing you kind of sitting there letting this other person say whatever they wanted to say and let them talk, saying a few key things, sitting back, letting them say things. And I think they probably gave you exactly the right information that you needed. Now, this probably sounds quite manipulative, and I don't mean it to be, but I think you had to be a little bit manipulative with this person, because I think you might have been dealing with someone who was a bit difficult, and they might have even been a little bit manipulative themselves. I think this is someone who might have been hiding things, not only from you, but from other people as well. And I think you needed to try and get this information out or find out what this was. And I think you were very clever in the way that you did this. Now, I don't think you wanted to play games, and I don't think you're someone who normally does play games. But I think it was kind of necessary in this situation. And I think, this is the kind of person who's happy to play games with other people. So I think in this situation, I think it was kind of fine for you to do that, and it worked, and you got the information that you wanted. Because if you look at magicians, they're very, very clever. This magician, he's very clever, and magicians keep some things hidden, and they keep some things open. When you see a traditional magician doing a trick on a stage, and of course they hide how they do things. But then at the end they reveal the end of the thing. They don't really reveal how they did it, but they reveal the kind of result at the end. And I think that was something like what happened. Keeping something, I'm trying to articulate what I'm seeing. I'm sorry, I'm not doing a very good job. Keeping something from this person gave the result in the end that you wanted. So hiding something gave you a result. And I think, you definitely found out what you needed to know. And some of this information was expressed in words, but maybe some other information wasn't, if that makes sense. Because I think you just maybe you saw an expression on their face, or you saw something like that. Maybe they looked worried, or they looked nervous or something like that. Maybe they kind of looked to one side, and that kind of gave them away. I'm seeing that as well. So it's like a small thing on their face, a little thing, a small thing revealed a big thing to you. So I hope that makes sense to you. But you found out what you needed to know in a very clever way, like a magician would. That's what I'm seeing happening there. So the next card you have for your past is the Ace of Cups. So yeah, obviously this is a highly, highly emotional card. And I think someone was very emotional, and I think they were also very frustrated with you at this time, actually. Now, I think this person or this situation might have been in your last reading, because I think I remember this feeling around this kind of emotion and this frustration, and someone was frustrated with you. I think maybe someone wanted you to express your feelings. They wanted you to express your feelings freely to them, or something like that, or they wanted something done that would express those feelings, if that makes sense. And I think, this was a love connection, and I think you really cared about this person, and you love them. You had love for them, and I think you still do. But I'm just sensing you wanting to take your time with something. I think they wanted you to hurry up with something. so that they could feel better emotionally, if that makes sense. So this could have been a practical thing, it could have been a situation they wanted you to take care of, and they just wanted you to do whatever this was to show them that you were serious about them. And I'm seeing them trying to, I think they did try to talk to you a few times, actually. I think they tried to talk to you a few times. It's like they tried to talk to you and then they gave up, and then they tried to talk to you again and then they gave up. This happened a few times over and over again. And of course, it's up to you to do whatever you want, whatever you think's right. But I don't think this is going to be resolved between you until you either do whatever this says that they want you to do, or they give up on wanting you to do this, and I don't think they will. It's going to be one or the other, and I don't think they're going to give up on wanting this. And I think even if they do say they're going to give up on wanting this, even if they say to you, I don't care, I don't want you to do that anymore, they're still going to feel like they do want you to do this. They're still going to have this resentment, I think, if you don't do whatever this is. So this is a situation that has to be resolved in some way if it hasn't already, because this is in your past. That's what I'm seeing. The last card you have for your past is the Page of Wands. So yes, I don't think you were deliberately not doing what this person wanted just to hurt them. I don't think you want to hurt anyone, but I think deep down there might have been some feelings around this that you kind of weren't sure of. I'm getting this feeling that this person wanted you to do this thing and there was kind of a finality about whatever this was. So if you decided to do this once it was done, you wouldn't be able to go back again. You wouldn't be able to come back from whatever this was. And so I think you were just being very, very careful about this. It was like a fine line. It was like a tightrope. You kind of didn't want to hurt them, but then you didn't want to kind of do this thing if you knew you were going to regret it, and it was kind of really, really difficult for you. So yes, even though I know you didn't want to hurt them, think about why you weren't ready to do this, and think about what this means for your relationship if this all resonates with you. There might be some subconscious reason why you don't want to go ahead with this. There could be something that you might not be sure about around this person. You might deep down not think this is the one for you. Or you might think they are, but it might be something else. Because I'm seeing, I think you could have been outwardly optimistic about them. I think from the outside, everyone thought things were fine between you. And I think you looked like you wanted to move things forward, a bit like this page who's kind of looking up to the top of this wand. He wants to move forward, he wants to learn, he wants to grow. So it looked like you wanted to grow with them, but inwardly you might have, you might not have been as enthusiastic. So just try to think about why this is. There might be some relationship problems that you weren't admitting to, that you might have been trying to brush under the carpet, or they might be problems about you, or they might be problems that are to do with something that from your past, and this might be triggering something from that. Whatever it is, this needs to be explored. It really does. You need to really think about whatever this is, if this resonates with you. The first card you have for your present is the Three of Pentacles. So I'm seeing teaching in this card. You might be teaching someone, you might be teaching a group of people something, and it might be formal teaching, but even if it isn't formal teaching, you might have you might be just showing people things, training people, or just sitting with them and offering advice to people. I think you have a really nice, even-tempered nature, and I think people gravitate toward it. You're very kind of popular in that way, not in a kind of a loud, I'm the popular guy, in the crowd kind of way, not like that, but people do gravitate toward you because of your quiet, your kind of understanding nature. And I think you can be smart, witty, all of those things. You have a kind of a balance between being funny, witty, clever, smart, and very kind of sensitive as well. And I think you can tap into other people's feelings as well. That's what I'm seeing in the Magician card. People can open up to you. They feel that they can open up to you, and they listen to you. They listen to you as well. So I'm seeing someone in this card that could be, I think you might just be speaking to this person casually, and I think you might be just talking to them, and then you might be giving them some advice as well. And they do appreciate that advice, but I think just be a little bit careful around this person, because there's nothing wrong with them. They're not going to harm you or anything like that, but they might just try to overburden you with advice, I'm seeing. They do look up to you. They see you as someone who's kind, someone who can help them. But I don't think they have many people around them who understand them. And I know that you do like this person. I know you want to be there for this person. But just be careful that you don't overload yourself. I'm seeing really long emails or long texts or long conversations, long messages on your phone. Very, very long, like paragraphs and paragraphs of people this person explaining things to you. Now, it might be okay to get one of these emails or whatever it is, or it might be okay to get two of them, but I think you can't keep on physically or mentally reading these things or putting up with these things or reading over all these things and going through all this stuff. It's just too much for you. It's just too demanding. It's physically demanding, it's mentally demanding, it's emotionally demanding, and it's too much for you. You can't concentrate on anything you need to if you're dealing with this person all the time. Now, if this resonates with you, obviously you do care about them, so try to give them some other resources that would be able to help them, if you can. And if this, just tell them that you care for them, but you only have limited time to actually talk to them about these things. So maybe you might have to, if you're a teacher and they're a student, if this is formal, you really shouldn't go over a certain barrier with them anyway. So, maybe set aside a time. Say, okay, on Thursday afternoon at between this time and this time, I'm available on the phone, so let's have a meeting every Thursday and talk then. And then maybe we can have one email after that every whatever, and I'll answer that for you. And if you have other things, save it for them, save it for that conversation or that email, unless it's a great big emergency, and then of course you can talk to me. But apart from that, I'm really only going to be available at those times. You might have to set up something quite formal like that. Now, if you're not a teacher and it's not a formal situation, you might have to, you might have a more casual situation, but you still have to put up some kind of barrier, something like, I can only talk to you at this time. I can only talk to you on this date at this time. It might be something like that. You're going to have to limit yourself with, your conversations with this person. That's what I'm seeing. Otherwise, you'll be exhausted. The next card you have for your present is Temperance. So I love this card. This is about alchemy. This is about changing one situation or a set of circumstances from something that's not very good to something a lot better. I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards. So yeah, I think you have changed a lot. I think you've definitely changed for the better. You've definitely become a more authentic person than you used to be. That's what I'm seeing. And I think you used to pretend, or you used to try and be a certain thing to please other people. You definitely did this as a child. I'm seeing that. And you tried to kind of change yourself to please other people. And I have seen in other readings of yours that you had some family that were quite rigid and they expected you to kind of stick to certain rules. So you did have to do that. And maybe you also did this a lot as a young adult, but then you ascended. Sorry about that bell going off. That's not me, that's not my phone. Don't start saying that. But yeah, you ascended out of this. You ascended out of this mindset. And of course, some people are really happy to see yourself go upwards and ascend out of this kind of way and be more authentic and be yourself. But of course, there are always some people who aren't happy for that to happen. And, I think this person in the Ace of Cups, this person who you're probably in a relationship, I think they helped you to ascend. I think they helped you to do that. and they helped you to change. They helped you to be yourself. And this might be partly the reason why they're so frustrated with you. They might be thinking, you know, I've done so much to help you. I've done so much to help you change, and you can't just do this thing for me. And it's just a small thing. Can't you just do this thing? But to you, it's not a small thing. It's a big thing. So whatever this is, I'm really feeling the enormity of this. This is a huge thing for you anyway. And you are more authentic in so many ways in your life, but this might be the one last thing that you need to address, that you need to really, really bring out from under that carpet that I was seeing you sweeping under the carpet. Really bring it out, really address it. Be honest with yourself, and you know, if this resonates, really, really address this. You might have to take some time out to do that, and you might have to do all of this to clear your head, to think about this, to sort this out for yourself. Again, I'm sorry about that bell that's going off. It's not my phone. It's nothing like that. I'm trying to ignore it. I'm trying to shut it out of my mind. So I hope that's not too annoying for you. So we'll go on to the last card, which is the King of Swords. So yeah, I think this person who wants you to take action on this thing that's making them emotional, they might be known for being a little bit hard-headed. They're definitely very work-focused. So maybe you met this person through work or around a work project or something like that. It might be that opening up to you and making themselves vulnerable to you is something that means a lot to them. They don't open up to people and show that side of themselves very often, maybe not even ever. So whoever this is, they really love you. And you know, that's how I can tell that, because they're really able to open up to you. Now, this could be why you're so careful about making this decision, because you really don't want to hurt them. You know they love you. And as I was seeing in the Ace of Cups, you love them as well. So this is a very, very difficult thing for you. And I'm seeing it all through this reading, but you're going to have to address it again. I know I'm repeating myself. So the first card you have for your future is the Queen of Swords. So yes, you've been through a lot as well. You've been through hurt a lot. I'm also seeing someone from your past who felt that you hurt them. And I don't think you meant to hurt anyone. I think, you know, it's not in your nature to deliberately hurt anyone. But there was this situation where this might even be an ex. And I am seeing there might even be some overlap between this old relationship with this ex and this new person. And this is starting to be clear for me now. I'm starting to see what might be happening. This might not resonate with you, but this is what I'm seeing in this card, is that they're happy being independent. They're thinking about you. They don't want you back or anything like that. But you might have done something for this ex that this new person might resent. So it might be something, it might be like, you did this for them, why can't you do this for me? It might be that. So that might be what it is. That might be why they're so hurt by this. They might be comparing your relationship with them to your relationship with this other person. So if this resonates, firstly, I know you love them, so try to reassure them if you can that you do love them. But again, this needs to be addressed. This is the big elephant in the room I keep on seeing. This is in this whole reading. So this is why it keeps coming up again and again and again, because this is something you have to address. That's why I'm seeing this, if it resonates with you. The next card you have for your future is the Four of Pentacles. I'm really sorry about that noise. I can't do anything about it, and I don't want to stop this reading and start another one and start this all over again as a whole new reading. So yeah, what I'm seeing with this Four of Pentacles is this man's hanging on. This man's holding on very tightly to this coin. So he doesn't want to leave this coin. He doesn't want to lose this coin. He's holding on to it. So you don't want to lose this person. You want to hold on to them. But if this all resonates and you don't address this issue again, you might lose them. You might end up losing them. Or they're going to be so resentful that it's going to create a lot of problems around you. I keep on feeling this really difficult decision that you have. And I think you're going to have to make this decision. You know that. I'm also seeing around this that there might be some other people around you who know about the situation that you're going through. They might be trying to advise you, tell you what to do, tell you what to think, tell you what to feel, tell you what to say, all of that kind of thing. I am seeing a few nosy people. But if you look at the man on this card, he has his back to the town where all the people are. So I'm not saying literally turn your back to these people, but I am saying don't let these people influence you. You know your situation and only you know yourself. So you know what to do. You know what to do. You do what's best for you, but address this situation. So the last card you have for your future is the Queen of Cups. So yeah, again, I'm seeing the same thing again. It's all through, this whole reading is about this situation with this person. So this is telling you, address this, address this. This person loves you. This person is in their emotions. They're still going to be feeling this. They're still going to be wanting you to do this. They're putting on a brave face to the outside world. They've got their emotions there. They're thinking about them all the time, like this Queen's looking at this cup, but she has a lid on her cup. So she's not showing, or this person is not showing the outside world how they're feeling, the outside world how they're feeling. They're very work oriented. I can see that in the King of Swords. So they're not showing their true feelings in the workplace, obviously, or to anyone else. They're keeping a lid on it, but they're really, really, really feeling really emotional. They really, really want you to do this. Now, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm telling you to sort it out one way or another. Do something about this. Do something about the elephant in the room, please. That's what I'm seeing all the way through this reading. So Libra, I hope this resonated. Once again, sorry about all the bells and the buzzers and everything going off. I'm really sorry about that. General readings can't resonate with everyone, as you know. Again, if you liked this reading, please like or subscribe or leave a comment if you would like to. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, I'm sorry about the noises.